Welcome to the Golden State Media Concepts Beauty Tips Podcast, the show that gives you advice on everything from hair to fashion to skincare products. We'll talk about the latest trends in makeup, hairstyles, and anti-aging remedies. And we'll cover all of the newest fashion trends. If you have an interest in or questions about the beauty and fashion trends that might work best for you, the Golden State Media Concepts Beauty Tips Podcast has got you covered.
GSMC Beauty Tips Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Colleen, and let's just get into some beauty stuff. So I thought that this week, or this episode, we would talk about some worst beauty hacks. These are beauty hacks that you should not do. This is not just makeup, this is skincare, that kind of thing. Just, these are things you need to stay away from. But these are a lot of things that I've seen people do online and be like, look, it's a hack and it works so well and this kind of thing. There's all those hack channels like those 5-minute crafts and those kind of things. And some of these I've seen in there and they're not good for you or your skin or what have you. And I would just stay 100 yards away. Or further, just opposite side of the world away from these specific hacks. So let's just start right off with acne. Everybody gets acne. It's just part of life. And if you don't, who are you and how? I need to know. But this is something that I've seen so many times online. I've seen it a million times. They're like, oh, it's the best. It'll dry your acne out. And this is toothpaste on acne to spot treat. This is not a good thing. This is not a good thing. 100,000,000%. I remember talking to my mother, who is a doctor, and we were talking about this. I don't remember how it came up, but it came up and she was like, saying that she had seen patients who've done this and it's so bad for your skin. This can add redness, absolute inflammation, and this can actually end up scarring you in the end as well. People say that it helps to dry out the acne to make it, go away faster, but this is not something you should do. Please don't do this. This is absolutely one of the worst things that you could do to your skin. Now let's move on to a more makeup related hack. Now this is about primer. I think personally that primer is great. Some people feel like primer doesn't do anything. Do I think you absolutely need primer? No. But I think it can really help to add to your makeup. But this is something that I saw and I was like, why is this a thing? So some people are using deodorant as a primer to help combat oiliness. Do not do this. This is absolutely terrible. This is extremely drying to your skin and extremely irritating to your skin. And on top of that, whatever's in there, you've got the fragrances in there, you've got whatever else is put in this specific deodorant. This is not meant for your face skin. This is not meant for that. This is meant to help your underarms. Like, use it on your underarms. Do not use it anywhere else. When I saw that people were doing this or recommending this, I was like, what? Why is this a thing? Why is this a thing? This is not something you should even ever think about doing. Do not put deodorant on your skin or on your face skin, especially as a primer. This is not going to help anything. This is not going to make your makeup last longer. This is not going to do anything for you except for irritate the living heck out of your skin. Like, it's just so bad. Now let's talk about something that I see so much, especially in those like 5-minute crafts things. And this one is about brightening your skin, and they use it in a lot of their DIY masks or DIY cleansers or whatever. And this is lemon juice. Do not put lemon juice straight up on your skin. And do not put lemon juice underneath your eyes. This is so bad for your skin. This will burn your skin. This can leave your skin more sensitive to UV rays. This is just, it's so bad for your skin. Do not do this, and do not put it in any sort of DIY, face mask or DIY whatever. Just don't do this. This is something that I see in a lot of these, and this is, you know, and a lot of different, even just people being like, this is what I do, for my skincare. Don't do this. This is so bad for your skin. Yeah, it might sound like a good idea, but it's not a good idea. It is just the farthest thing from a good idea. Do not put lemon juice on your skin. Please don't do this. I mean, there are some skincare that have, lemon as an ingredient in it, but it's probably not a full, most of the time, it's not a like high up there ingredient, and it's reacting with whatever else is in that skincare. And that's okay with you in that route, but do not put lemon straight on your skin. I've seen these things, especially, I saw this one, and I think it was like a 5-minute craft thing or one of those. And, the lady takes a lemon, cuts it in half. She dips the lemon into sugar and then scrubs it all over her face. This is so bad. This is so bad for your skin. And this kind of leads into another one that's not good, and that's any sort of scrub with sugar or anything like that. This is not good for your skin. Exfoliants in general are not something you should do all the time, and there's something in general that you should be wary of, because this is making little cuts into your skin, and it's just not good. And then adding lemon, so basically you're making micro, abrasions, I guess, into your skin, and then you're rubbing lemon juice into that as well. Have you ever gotten lemon juice or some sort of citrus in a cut, and it is so painful and it irritates the heck out of your skin, and it's just like, why? This is the worst pain I've felt in forever. Well, you're doing that, but all over this thin, nice skin on your face. You are just cutting your face and putting lemon juice all up in it. This is going to do nothing but hurt your skin and irritate your skin. And if you're doing this, please don't, first off, but if you do this, you're going to notice that your skin is so red after. And that's because you're just squeezing lemon juice into the cuts that you've made all over your skin. Do not do this. This is just something that is so bad and irritates. Oh gosh, it's so irritating. And I decided to do this entire podcast off of worst makeup hacks or beauty hacks, because I saw this, and not only in one instance, but in a bunch of different skincare tip videos where people were using lemon. And I was just like, okay, maybe I should make a podcast about this to kind of let people know that this is not okay. This is not okay to put lemon on your skin. And it's not okay to exfoliate with sugar and a lemon. Not okay at all. 100 and million bajillion % not okay. This is the main factor for why I wanted to make this list and explain these things to you, is because this, is because I see this. I see this everywhere. And in ads that pop up on Facebook, or someone's reposting something on Instagram, or just all this kind of stuff. And it's not okay. It is not okay to do this. And I don't want people to go into this thinking, oh, well, they did it on this and their skin looked fine after. Yeah, their skin looked fine after because they're wearing makeup after. That's what it is. It's not that. And sometimes though, in these videos, when you see people using the lemon or whatever on their skin and they take it off and they're like, wow, my skin is so fresh, but it's very red. It's very red because it's very irritated. It's very irritated, and it does not need to, you don't need to do this. Don't do this. Just don't do this to your skin. Now, before I just keep going on and on and on and on and on about lemon on the skin, I'm going to take a quick break and we'll get into some more terrible beauty hacks.
The GSMC Life and Happiness podcast takes you on a journey of exploration. We'll discuss tried and true methods alongside the latest trends of how to best live your life to its fullest and happiest. From psychology to meditation, science to self-help books, the GSMC Life and Happiness podcast will help you to discover what makes you happy and how you can live life being the best you possible. Download the GSMC Life and Happiness podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type GSMC in the search bar.
Back to the GSMC Beauty Tips podcast. Now, before the break, we were talking about the worst beauty hacks. We talked about toothpaste on acne. We talked about using deodorant as a primer, and we talked about brightening your skin with lemon juice and exfoliating with sugars or anything like that. Now, obviously, all of those are terrible. Let's move on to some more terrible hacks. So this one I see a lot too in those 5-minute crafts or these like DIY face mask thing. And this is using cinnamon in your face masks. Now, if you're using cinnamon in your face mask, this is going to just irritate your skin. This is going to irritate your skin so much. Like, it's cinnamon. Man, I hate seeing this because it's just going to do nothing but irritate your skin. You're going to make this mask out of all sorts of junk that they're telling you to make it out of in the first place. And then you're going to put it on your face being like, "Ooh, I'm doing this natural from home DIY face mask and it's going to be great." And you rinse it off and your face is going to be so irritated. Literally just buy face masks. I know it seems like it's so much. You don't have to spend $1 million on face masks. There are some good cheap ones. I recommend a lot of ones. If you go to Target, they've got some very nice cheap face masks. Or even Walmart has some good ones too. And those are just, those are going to be so much better for your skin. And then putting cinnamon and a bunch of other junk that you have in your house on your skin. Like, just buy face mask. Now, masks. There we go. I'm having an issue with the word masks today. Let's move on to removing blackheads. Now, everybody likes removing blackheads. Not everybody, but it's kind of a thing. People like to watch those pimple popping videos and watch people remove blackheads. I enjoy that. I do too. But this is something I see a lot about removing blackheads with floss. A lot of times they take those little like floss sticks, which I love to use to actually floss, and they'll run it along their nose, and it's like, it shows it pulling out stuff. It's not really pulling out blackheads first off, it's just taking off or out like the sebaceous gunk that's in there, and it's not really removing your blackheads in the first place, so don't do that. And second off, the skin on your nose is so sensitive, and you can actually kind of burst little blood vessels that are in your, like, around your nose in that area, and you'll notice because there'll be little kind of squiggly red bits, and they don't go away. It doesn't go away. They're forever there. And so this is just not good for your skin, and you're just irritating the crap out of it. And then on top of that, people are doing this with minty floss, and that's so bad for your skin. And you're just raking your nose with this floss. Don't do this. This is so bad. It's first off, it's not removing blackheads in the first place. What you're trying to make it do, which is remove blackheads, it's not doing that. You're just kind of getting those like little sebaceous filaments in there out, which whatever, but you're not removing blackheads with this, and then you're just irritating your skin. Don't do this. Don't do this. Now let's move on to a different blackhead remover one that you should not do. And I used to see this a lot, and I don't see it as much as I used to, but I know it's still out there in the world, and people are still recommending you do this, and you should not. This is using Elmer's glue like a peel-off face mask to remove blackheads. This is so bad. This is absolutely blad. Ooh, losing my words, and we are not even halfway through. But this is so bad for your skin. This is so bad, and it's not good. I know as a child, and still even now, if I'm doing something with glue and it's on my hands, I love to peel the glue off. Love to do it. It's the greatest, but I'm not going to put this glue in my face. First off, there's stuff in there that's not good for your skin. And on top of that, you're probably just pulling out like this little sebaceous stuff and not so much blackheads. And it's so rough. This is glue, man. This is drying on your skin, and it's so rough to like peel it off. You're ripping your skin. You're pulling at that skin. It's so bad. Don't put glue on your skin. Except for the washable glue sticks if you're covering eyebrows. That's a completely different story. But do not do this. And just in general, when it comes to peel-off masks, I love a good peel-off mask. Don't get me wrong. They're not the greatest for your skin, and it's not something that you should do like every week. It's something you should do every once in a while, or you can do every once in a while. This is something you shouldn't do every day. This is something you shouldn't do every week. The same with those like nose strips. That's something you need to do every once in a while and not every week, every day. It's just not good for your skin. You're pulling at your skin. It's not good. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's not good for your skin. And using glue on top of that, like Elmer's glue on top of that, is just so bad. It's so bad for your skin. It's so bad. Another thing that I saw when that people would do to remove blackheads, and I'm guilty of doing this when I was younger, and that's using safety pins to pull out blackheads. This is not good. You're putting a sharp object into your skin to remove a blackhead. This is not good at all. I've done this before, and I was bad. It was not good, and it's not good. Don't do it. Do not remove blackheads with a safety pin. It's just not good for your skin. It's not good for you, and you're just jabbing the absolute heck out of your skin with a pointy object. I mean, don't do that. It's terrible. You can get blackhead removers. Those are also, they're okay. They're not the best. You shouldn't be digging into your skin with a blackhead remover. I mean, removing blackheads is a weird subject in general, and everybody gets them. It's fine. Some people get them more than other people do. And really, you should kind of just let your skin do its thing. There are also treatments, and, you can go to an actual, like, esthetician or something like that and ask them about it. Or just any sort of skin doctor and be like, hey, what can I do to get rid of this? And they always have something that'll be better to get rid of it, or they can remove them for you themselves, which is a lot better of an option than trying to remove them by yourself. Don't use glue. Don't use floss. Stay away from all these viral hacks for removing blackheads. Just use what's recommended to remove blackheads, and just be wary, and don't do it every single day. Do not do it every single day. Like I said, I love a good peel-off mask. They're so much fun, and I love to see the gunk that comes out. I'm nasty like that, I know. But it's not something I'm going to do once a week, or every other day or something. It's not something you should do. Your skin on your face is so thin and so fragile, and you really want to protect it. And there are better ways to go about getting rid of imperfections on your face than finding things in your house to remove that stuff with. Honestly, there's so much better ways. And sometimes things can be expensive when it comes to this kind of stuff, but it's better to pay the price than to get things removed or done properly than to pay the price with terrible skin in the long run. Now I'm going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about some more terrible beauty hacks.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Welcome back to the GSMC Beauty Tips podcast. Now, before the break, we were talking about the worst beauty hacks that are out there and that you shouldn't follow. We've already covered toothpaste on acne, using deodorant as primer, brightening your skin with lemon juice, exfoliating with sugars, removing blackheads with floss, and removing blackheads with glue. Now let's move on to lashes. Everybody wants full volumized lashes. I get it. I do too. Trust me. But this is something I saw and I was just in awe. I was very confused on why this is a thing and why people were recommending that you do this. Now, this is putting baby powder on your lashes before you put mascara on to help volumize. Give you volume in your lashes. No. Do not do this. First off, you should never put baby powder so close to your eyeballs. This is not good. Don't do that. And there are so many, volumizing mascaras out there that you can just use that and that's fine. And there's also a lot of lash primers that can help with this. And this is people are trying to use this as a DIY at home lash primer, and this is just not good for your lashes. Even some of the people that I saw doing this were getting it in their eye while doing it. They were sticking a spoolie into the baby powder and then going on their lashes, and it's getting in everybody's eye. First off, so bad for your eyes, so bad for your skin. Your eyes are so sensitive. The skin around your eyes are so sensitive, and you should not do this. This is so bad for your skin. And also, I can't imagine the reaction between baby powder and different mascaras, what it's actually gonna do, is any good for your skin at all in any capacity. Or I feel like it's going to get really chunky and gross, and then taking it off is going to be a mess, and you don't want that mixture of mascara and baby powder in your eyeball. That's so gross. Just don't do it. If you really want volume, go find a good volumizing mascara. Like I've recommended before, the Kush mascara is great. That one's pretty volumizing. They also have a lash primer. There are lash primers out there that are good. There's so many different volumizing mascaras that are good from so many different brands, high end, low end, whatever. They're all great. Try that. Do not do this. This is terrible. Now, we talked earlier about using cinnamon in your face mask and how it's not good and it's irritating to your skin. And let's move on to different spices, and cinnamon being one as well. Now, this is something I see a lot, and that is lip plumping with spices, where people will just rub spices and like Vaseline all over their lips to plump their lips. And first off, I've talked about this before, lip plumpers are a lie. They're just, it's just an irritant is what it is. It's irritating your lips, which is making your lips swell to a semi-bigger size. It's not a permanent fix. It doesn't even last that long. And it's just not safe. And you're rubbing like capsaicin all over your lips and just irritating your lips so hard with with spices. I mean, it's like when you eat spicy food and your lips get irritated and a little puffy. That's what this is doing to your lips. But instead of like having little bits of spice, you're putting all this spice on top of your lips. And it's not good. Don't do this. If you want bigger lips, there are so many different ways you can achieve this. There are lip plumpers that are safe. Lip plumpers are dumb, in my personal opinion. If you love them, then good on you. But I wouldn't go with lip plumpers. You just overline a little bit. There are so many ways to do your lips and make them a little bit bigger. I know that there's a tutorial on YouTube by a YouTuber named Snitchery. And I think it's like how to make your lips look bigger without filler or something like that. And that tutorial is so good for overlining, contouring, and highlighting the lip in a good way to make it look more natural that your lips are fuller. And I would just do something like that. Or if you're a filler kind of girl or guy, then just go get some filler. I don't know. This is just so bad for your lips. This is like one of the worst things you could do to your lips is just rub nastiness all over. The same with it was the Kylie Jenner lip challenge, I think it was. And this was where they would suck their lips into a shot glass and then pull it out, and then your lips would be really big because they're like bruised, and people's lips were bruised, splitting, the cup was breaking on them and cutting their lips, and it was terrible. Now, there are a lot of products that I've noticed that are these types of lip plumping things where they're little plastic things that you suck your lips into and then you take your lips out and they're plump. Those are not good for your lips at all. Don't use those. They're not good. It's just not good. Don't do that either. Like, I saw this one girl who was using one of those, and it was this little plastic thing, and it was in the shape of lips, and she sucked her lips into it and then pulled it out, and her lips were big because of the suction and the nastiness. Oh, I can't. I just think it's so gross. And then on top of that, she was putting spices on her lips to make that even more. So her lips were already irritated from the suction, and then irritated on top of that by putting spices on top of that. And then she's like, oh, I'm gonna put some lip liner and some lipstick on, and she overdrew her lips over this like irritated thing, and oh man, that's the worst possible thing that you can do for your lips. There's so many better ways to achieve a fuller look for a fuller lip than irritating your skin. Don't irritate your skin, don't use suction, don't do that. Just overline. Maybe get a little bit of filler if that's your thing, but do your research and go to somebody who's a very much professional, or just love your natural lips. I don't got a lot of upper lip. I got a lot of lower lip and not a lot of upper lip. And to combat that, I can overline, but most of the time, I just stick with my natural lips because they're what I was made with. I was given these lips, and I will live with these lips, and I will die with these lips. And there's so many different ways to go about this. There's so many ways that you can cheat around your normal lip line that don't involve actual irritation. So I just want you to stay away from anything that's going to irritate your lips, and it's going to be a bad thing in the long run. A lot of these things are just going to be worse for you in the long run. Like, it might be great for the first 5 minutes, and then in the long run, it's not good. Like, when people were doing that Kylie Jenner lip challenge, people's lips were so bruised and so irritated and just so messed up. And it's not, man, it's not good. It's not good whatsoever. Now I'm going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about some more terrible beauty hacks.
Do you want to be healthier, yet you just don't know what to do? All these shows telling you this and that, but nothing seems to work. Well, listen close. Golden State Media Concepts has got something great for you. The Health and Wellness Podcast dedicated to workout trends, healthy eating habits, diet, and everything about healthy living. Join us in our banters as we help you not just live life to the fullest, but live it to the healthiest.
Welcome back to the GSMC Beauty Tips Podcast. Now, before the break and this entire podcast, we are talking about the worst beauty hacks. These hacks that you see online that are just, they seem so good, but they are not good, and I'm just trying to let you know so you don't do these and mess your skin up or mess whatever up. We've been talking about this. We talked about toothpaste on acne, using deodorant as primer, brightening skin with lemon, glue blackhead remover, all sorts of stuff like that. Now I want to move on to something that I saw and I was just in disbelief that anybody would ever do this. I don't know. So this is using the Mr. Clean Magic Erasers to fix spray tan mistakes. What? You should never use a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser on your skin ever. Have you ever touched those? I used to use those, like, they're good for removing, like, stains on walls and stuff. And I've used those for many a thing in actual cleaning, but never like this, never to fix a mistake in your spray tan. And I've also seen people use them to fix the mistake in makeup. And the stuff in this is cleaning material, like house cleaning materials. This is so bad for your skin. This is so bad. And I saw pictures, they're like before and afters, like, ooh, just took this. And it's like, oh, fix the mistake. It's so much better. This is so not better. This is just, oh, so bad for you. So bad for you in the long run, and just so bad for you in general. Please never do this. And people were fixing makeup mistakes with this. Like I said earlier, the skin on your face is so thin and so sensitive, and you're just gonna take this straight up cleaner, like a Windex times 10 with some bleach, and just put it on your face. Do not do this. I saw this and I had to put this in here because I was like, I assume that majority of you are just like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But I know there's a few people out there that, like, in a rush, or maybe like, I saw this, maybe this will work, it'll be fine. And it's not. It's not okay to do this. It's not fine. And I just wanted to, most of you are smart individuals. Majority of all of you are smart individuals, I assume. But it's just, oh man, it's something that's out there and should not be out there at all. Like, in any way, shape, or form, this should not be an okay thing. Just don't use a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser on your body at all. I don't even like holding them because they feel gross. I usually wear gloves when I do that. But let's move on to something else before I just start talking about Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. Let's talk about egg whites on the face. I see this a lot in a lot of videos that are like, this is so good for your skin, egg whites on the face. Now, we don't eat raw eggs because of salmonella. This is the same kind of thing. Just don't do this. It's just not good. There's a possibility you can get salmonella from this, and it's not good. It's also really drying, and you shouldn't do it. Don't use raw egg whites on your face. Don't do it. Stop. If you're thinking about it, or if you got those egg whites in the bowl right in front of you right now and you're like about to put it on your face, you take that whatever you're using to put it onto your face and you put it down. You take those eggs and you put some butter in a pan and you dump those egg whites into that pan and you make some egg whites. Please, just eat the eggs. Eat the egg whites, cook them first, eat them. It's great. Do that. Make some meringue. I don't know. Don't put it on your face. Now, let's move on to toning. Now, toning is an essential step in a lot of people's skincare routine, and I used to use toner a lot. I don't so much now just because I feel it's not right for my skin or it doesn't do much, and I get it. And this is something I've seen in a video of somebody doing their like regular skincare routine, and they're toning with rubbing alcohol. No, this is not good. You should never put straight up rubbing alcohol all over your face. This is drying, it is bad, it is irritating, this is alcohol, man. I mean, I use alcohol-activated paints in a lot of my special effects stuff, so I am putting alcohol on the skin that way, but I'm not rubbing alcohol on the skin every day as part of a skincare routine. This is not good. And even when using alcohol-activated paints or something like that, it still can be irritating to the skin, and you should be careful. Just using them in general, they are my favorite method of paints, I guess. They're my favorite skin paints, but I do use them with caution because they are irritating, especially near the eyes, and this goes with any rubbing alcohol. If you're putting rubbing alcohol on like a toner all over your face, you're gonna feel it in your eyeballs. You are. When you're using alcohol-activated paints, if you're doing it near the eye, you're also gonna kind of feel it in your eyeballs, and it hurts. And it's not fun, it's not good for your skin, and it's just not something that I recommend. Now, let's move on from rubbing alcohol onto something I saw, and it is the stupidest thing that you could do. It is so dumb. And so people are taking their dry mascaras, like the whole mascara one, the dry mascara one, that's still got mascara in there, and putting it into the microwave. No. You're going to explode a mascara in your microwave or possibly set things on fire, depending on what the tube is made out of. This is just a dumb thing in the first place. You should never do this. If your mascara is dry, you can use oils, but I personally would just say to go buy another mascara, because mascaras do actually have a very short lifespan. You're said to change them every 6 months or something. I have a mascara here. Let me see if I can find the little life. Yeah, 6 months. On the little open lid tub on the bottom, which I talked about in another one of my podcasts, which is the little tub looking thing on the bottom of, or on the back of, or whatever, on the packaging of makeup items that tells you once it's open how long that it should last. Now, all mascaras are usually about 6 months, and usually they'll dry up around that time anyway, and you should just kind of take them and throw them out. You should just get another one. I wouldn't try and revive an old mascara, and definitely don't put a mascara in a microwave. This is dumb. I saw pictures of people who had done this, and one person just exploded a mascara all over her entire microwave, and then the other person actually set the microwave on fire because there was metal on the tube for the mascara. And this is just not something you should do. Also, you shouldn't put things that aren't food in the microwave like this, because this can contaminate your microwave and ruin the ability to actually cook food in your microwave afterwards. You shouldn't be able to, or you can cook food in it, but it's going to be very dangerous for you later on in the long run. And just get a new mascara. Honestly, just get another mascara. It's so bad. There's all sorts of hacks like this. There was another one I saw where it's like put your beauty blender in the microwave to clean it. And that too, I wouldn't do. Just wash your beauty blender or your beauty sponge or whatever. Soap, water in the sink. They've got special cleaners for them. Just don't put them in the microwave. I saw people just straight up putting their beauty sponge in the microwave, like not in a cup of water, not in anything, just in the microwave, and then they melt onto it. And that ruins your microwave, man. I recently had to buy a microwave because my microwave decided to kill itself, and that's just from my roommate smoking out the house with some popcorn once. But it was just old and it decided to kill itself, and I had to buy another microwave, and that sucks. Like, it sucks having to go buy an entire other appliance because you ruin an appliance or something like that. And this is just ruining an appliance whether you think it is or not, because you're totally just, I don't know, you're just ruining it. Like, you're making it unsafe to make actual food, what you should be making in the microwave in the first place in. Okay, before I keep talking about microwaves, I'm going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about some more of the worst beauty hacks.
Want to find out what movies to go see? Then check out the GSMC Movie Podcast. It's your ticket to the latest movies, whether it's a new blockbuster event, romantic, comedy, or action flick. This show has got it all covered. They talk some what to go see now, don't bother, what's hot on Netflix, and everything in between. That's GSMCpodcast.com/movie-podcast. When it's all about the movies, it has to be this new show. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit GSMCpodcast.com for more info.
Back to the GSMC Beauty Tips podcast. Now, before the break and this entire podcast, we've been talking about the worst beauty hacks. Beauty hacks that you see everywhere, but are just the worst and you shouldn't do because it's terrible for you and everybody around you. Mostly just for you. But we just talked about egg whites on the face, toning with rubbing alcohol, putting mascara in the microwave, and also using Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to fix your tan. Now let's talk about something that I actually used to do a lot when I was younger, and I definitely don't want to do, or I shouldn't have done when I was younger, and you guys shouldn't do at all. And this is melting your eyeliner to make it more black, like with a lighter. Now, I used to do this because my eyeliner was just a little pencil eyeliner and it never worked right. And so I would do it because I wanted the blackest eyeliner and the darkest eyeliner. And this is really dangerous because you can burn the skin around your eyes and you can burn your eyes with it. And it's not good. It's not smart. It's dumb. Just get a very, very black eyeliner. Get an eyeliner that's very, very dark. This is something that, just will help you in the long run. And nowadays, too, there are so many eyeliners that are just super dark in one swipe. You don't need to do anything to it or anything. There are so many of those out on the market right now that you shouldn't even think about doing this in the first place. Like, for real, you shouldn't. I did used to do this and it was bad, and there are actually a lot of accounts of people burning themselves, and like I've said before, and I'll say a million times, the skin around your eye is so delicate, And this is, it's the last thing you want to do is burn the skin around your eye. It's just so delicate, so not good. And if your eyeliner's not working very well, you should probably just go get another one. There are a lot of really good ones from the drugstore, all different types of stuff. There are so many good eyeliners on the market. Just get a good eyeliner. Now let's move on to another eyeliner thing that I've been seeing a lot. And this is colored pencils as eyeliner. Don't do this. It's not good for your eyes. The stuff that's in eyeliner is not meant to be for your eyes. It's not eye safe. There are a lot of products that are not eye safe. A lot more than you think that aren't eye safe. Like, I like to use liquid lipsticks as eyeliner, but a lot of them are not eye safe. And so I try and stay away from that. I know that Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks are eye safe, and I like to use those as eyeliner, and other ones as eyeliner as well. Most vegan eyeliners are okay, but just be very wary when you're going to do that. And colored pencils are not eye safe, and they're also they will tug on your skin, and just, it's not good. Not good. If you want some colored eyeliners, there's so many different colored eyeliners on the market. I know ColourPop has a plethora. They're not expensive. They're cheap. They're in all sorts of different colors. I would just go and buy a colored eyeliner. Now, keeping on our trend here of colored eyeliners, let's talk about Sharpies. So I've seen this done a lot, and it is so bad and so disgusting, and you should absolutely never do this. Now, people will use Sharpie as eyeliner so they can get the blackest eyeliner, the mattest eyeliner. It's going to stay forever. This is not safe. Everybody smelt a Sharpie. Everybody will sit there and just kind of smell a Sharpie, and that smell is very distinct and very potent, and everyone knows that smell, and that smell is not good for your eyes. It's not just the smell, it's what's in a Sharpie in itself is so not good for your eyes. And like I've been saying this entire time, the skin on your eyes is so thin, you're going to irritate the living heck out of your eyes and just the skin around your eyes, and this can really lead to problems. All these things doing things near your eyes, all this eyeliner melting or colored pencil eyeliner or Sharpie eyeliner or whatever is so bad for your eyes and can be so damaging in the long run. And also, getting Sharpie in your eye is the most terrifying idea in the history of the world, and also could possibly make you go blind. There are so many things you do not want to get in your eyes, and Sharpie is one of those. And if you're using it as an eyeliner, that's the worst possible thing you could absolutely do. That's just setting yourself up for failure. All this is doing is setting yourself up for failure, and just, my eyes hurt thinking about this. My eyes physically hurt thinking about this, because this is disgusting. This is one of the worst things that you could do. There are so many different types of eyeliner on the market. You've got your pencil liners, your liquid liners, you've got felt tips, you've got brush tips, you've got all sorts of stamps, all sorts of stuff like that you can do and find pretty much everywhere. You can find an eyeliner at your local drugstore. You could go to a high-end shop for it. You can find eyeliner everywhere. And just go buy an eyeliner. Don't buy a Sharpie to put on your eyeballs. Go buy an eyeliner. If you don't have an eyeliner, don't do eyeliner. At this current moment, my eyeliner has completely exploded, so I don't have one. Am I going to do a wing? No. Unless I use an eye-safe liquid lipstick, or I do it out of eyeshadow, or something along those lines. I'm not going to do anything that's going to put my eye in jeopardy. There's so much stuff that's not eye safe. There's a lot of glitters that are actually not eye safe that are sold in eyeshadow palettes. Just fair warning about that too. There's so much stuff that's not eye safe that you need to be weary about. And I really wanted to put these in here because this is something that people think about. And a lot of times it's younger people who are thinking about doing this. They're like, oh, I want a colored eye look, but I don't have a colored eyeliner. A good way to combat that is to put an eyeliner on and then cover it in colored eyeshadow, or just used eyeshadow in different colors. You can dip a little bit of water in your eyeshadow and do it that way. Or, like I said, and I'll say again, an eye-safe liquid lipstick is really good to use on your eyes as well. Just be wary of your eyes. They are very important to your body. They help you see, and they're the basic, I don't know, they're there. I'm just going to ramble about eyes at this point. But you just really need to be careful. I just wanted to throw that in here with every single one of these things. This is just me saying be careful with what you're doing to your skin, because your skin is sensitive whether you have sensitive skin or not. And there are a lot of things you just shouldn't put on your skin. And especially around the very, very, very thin skin that's on your eyes. You just need to be very wary of what's going on in that area. I just want to push that narrative on home. Be careful around your eyeballs. That's when you're doing any sort of, when you do any sort of work that you need glasses, like safety glasses for. That's to protect your eyes. It's the same kind of thing. Use things that are safe for your eyes to protect your eyes. Regular eyeliner is like your safety goggle in this situation, whereas colored pencils and anything else is just keeping your eye glasses or whatever off while you're, I don't know, using a belt sander or something. Now I'm going to take a quick break before I just keep going on about how sensitive your eyes are. And when we get back, we'll talk about some more bad beauty hacks.
The Golden State Media Concepts Travel Podcast, the show that gives you advice on everything travel. We explore places you've always wanted to go, as well as giving tips for traveling in those places. We'll give you advice on the best sites for travel tips, information, and discounts. Join us as we travel the world, explore cultures, and meet new people. The Golden State Media Concepts Travel Podcast has got you covered. Download the GSMC Travel Podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type GSMC in the search bar.
Back to the GSMC Beauty Tips podcast. Now, before the break in this entire podcast, we've been talking about the worst beauty hacks. And these are beauty hacks that are that I've seen all over the internet and things that people are actually trying to let people do, and it's not good. Now, we just talked about all these different eyeliner hacks that are just absolutely not good for you. Now, let's talk about some more, kind of bring it full circle back to the beginning of this podcast where we were talking about acne spot treatment. Now, some people are using wasabi on acne spots as an acne spot treatment. This is, don't do this. This is just a skin irritation and possibly rash waiting to happen. This is not good. This is not going to help you. This is just dumb. I saw this and I was like, why would anybody do this? I just don't get it. But let's move on to our next one, which also has to do with the eyelashes. So we had talked about using baby powder as kind of like a lash primer or something to help volumize lashes. Now let's talk about petroleum jelly, Vaseline. So people are using Vaseline and petroleum jelly to help grow their lashes. This is not doing anything for it, and this is not good. It's just dumb. Don't do this. Do not use petroleum jelly to grow your lashes. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to help grow your lashes. It's just going to leave your lashes gunky and nasty and just, don't do this. Have you ever gotten petroleum jelly in your hair on accident? Like you put Vaseline on your lips or on something and then you get it in your hair and it feels disgusting? Well, it's like that, but all over your lashes. Do not do this. It's not good for your lashes. It's not good for, it's just gross. It's gross. Don't do it. Now let's move on to something that's a little more gross. And so I found that out there in the world, there is a face mask made of kitty litter. Now this face mask is an actual face mask made of kitty litter and it seems to be okay. But because this became so popular, people are making their own face masks out of kitty litter. This is terrible. There is so much stuff in kitty litter, and you might have a kitty litter that's like fragranced or something like that, that is just not good. And first off, who's thinking, it's a good thing I have cats because I'm going to put kitty litter all over my face, and it's going to make my face feel so nice and smooth. No, it's disgusting. That is one of the grossest things I've ever heard of people doing, which is, oh God, putting kitty litter on your face. I have 3 cats and kitty litter is essential, obviously, but this is like their bathroom. This is their bathroom. This is their toilet. This is not meant for your face. This is meant for the feces of kitties. This is not meant for your face. This is so bad. There's so much stuff that's in kitty litter, too, that you don't think about being in it. And you're just gonna put that all over your face and hope that you get, I don't know, miracle skin. I don't know either if this kitty litter mask, the actually, like, formulated one that you can buy, is any good for your skin, or if you should even be doing that in the first place. I've never used it. I've never actually physically seen it, so I couldn't say, but I don't think that it's probably any better. And I would just not do anything with kitty litter near my face. I don't know. I think it's the principle of it, like, for me, is just, like, the idea of putting kitty litter anywhere near my face makes me kind of like, but, I just don't do this. Don't do this. Now let's move on to one for hair, because we haven't really talked about hair yet. So this is a lightening treatment that people seem to do to their hair, and this is something you should not do to your hair. So people to lighten their hair are using baking soda and water, and this is going to turn your hair into a nasty, stringy mess. They take the baking soda and the water and they put it all over their hair, and then they wrap it up and they leave it in, and then they wash it out like you would any other color remover or whatnot. And this is just so bad for your hair. If you want to remove the color, go for an actual color remover. Or, I don't know, if you're trying to do anything color removing wise at home, be wary, but I would honestly just go to a salon. I've had so many hair fails in my life. I've had so many hair colors, so many hair issues because of hair colors and trying to remove it, and I've damaged the living heck out of my hair. The living heck, that's the tagline for this entire podcast. But I've damaged my hair so much from that kind of stuff. I haven't dyed my hair in a very long time, probably over a year now, so it's kind of back to its normal shebang. But I got to the point where it was like, I'm not going to do anything else at home because it's just never going to come out the way that I want it to. So go to a salon. Go to a salon if you want to remove color from your hair. I know it's a little pricey, a little up there, but it's better than making a mistake and then now you got to go to work or school or whatever with this stringy, nasty hair that's a weird color because you tried to remove color yourself with baking soda and water. Don't do this. It's absolutely terrible. Let's move on to something else. Let's talk about wipes. Makeup wipes. I love a good makeup wipe. Don't get me wrong. they're handy for everything when it comes to removing your makeup or getting a sharp wing or fixing mistake or something along those lines. But this is something that you should never use for your makeup, and that is a disinfectant wipe. Never use a disinfectant wipe for your makeup. There are so many chemicals. This is along the lines of the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, where there's so much like chemicals. These are harsh chemicals used to clean your home that you're putting all over your face. Now there's another one that I've actually used this before and I saw issues because of it, and that's baby wipes. Now, baby wipes you can use, but I don't recommend it because they're not designed to take your makeup off or do anything good for your skin. And I've used baby wipes before to remove makeup, and it really just does nothing but irritate my skin. And I do use my skin as kind of a testing ground for whatever I'm going to use on clients or whatnot, because I do have sensitive skin. And if my skin's going to react in a negative way to something, I don't want somebody I'm going to use something on, I don't want the same thing to happen to them. So I've used baby wipes before, and they just irritate my skin, make my skin look super red. They never take off makeup like you want it to. And it's just not an ideal thing to use to take your makeup off. Just use makeup remover, makeup wipes, something like that. If you're going for a wipe, makeup wipes are the way to go. e.l.f. does like $1 to $3 makeup wipes, and they work just fine. You don't need to get baby wipes to cut costs. Don't do that. Also, disinfectant wipes, do not do this. This is one of the worst things you could possibly do. This is it's like the magic eraser. It's cleaning supplies. Don't put cleaning supplies on your face. Moral of this entire podcast, don't put cleaning supplies on your face. Now I want to thank you guys so much for sticking around with me and listening to me talk about all these terrible beauty hacks. I really hope that this has kind of helped any of you guys or opened any of you guys' eyes to anything that's dangerous. I just want to put out there that all of these are not good for you. They're not good for your skin, not good for your face, or your body. I just want you guys to be wary of things that are out there on the internet and hacks that people are doing that can be dangerous. I hope this helped you. And I want to thank you guys so much for listening. If you guys want to show me any weird beauty hacks that you guys have found on the internet or something along those lines, hit me up on the @GSMC_beauty tips Twitter page or the GSMC Beauty Tips Facebook page. I'm always on both of those. Always love to talk to you guys. Let me know your thoughts on these, or send me some weird ones if you find any more that are dangerous, or if you're not sure if they're dangerous. Feel free to send me those there. And once again, I want to thank you so much for listening to the GSMC Beauty Tips podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Colleen, and I'll talk to you in the next one.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Beauty Tips Podcast, part of the GSMC Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type in GSMC to find all of our shows from the GSMC Podcast Network, from health and wellness to entertainment and life and happiness to sex and relationships. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's episode of the Golden State Media Concepts Beauty Tips Podcast.